Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2000 on Xbox Live. And we're gonna do another good, bad, and ugly Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live this past week. And I could say we've got some interesting ones here this time on this episode of Good, Bad, and Ugly. So, with no further ado, let's get down to it as we're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly of WWE Raw. And now it's time for the good things that happened on Monday Night Raw. So, the good thing that happened on WWE Monday Night Raw on the 21st of January 2019 was Heavy Machinery's debut. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And this is the first time I've actually seen Heavy Machinery. I've not seen them on NXT, and my god, it wasn't it was their debut match, and it happened on Monday Night Raw. Now, I don't know whether they're going to go to Raw or SmackDown, but my god, it was funny as hell, as they took on the Ascension and they squashed them like anything, quite literally. We saw the Caterpillar happen. We saw the tag team finish like it was like a World's Strongest Slam into a splash type thing. Tucker Knight and Oza Sturtovich, my god, they are very entertaining as a tag team, and I hope to see more of them in the future. But their match against the Ascension, their debut match, was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a current day WWE. I want to see more of the Heavy Machinery on Monday Night Raw, quite frankly. I think if they used to go to SmackDown, I don't think they'll be as entertaining. I want to be there to wake up on Tuesday or whatever day I get to watch. I want it to be there on Monday Night Raw. I don't want to wait until SmackDown to see those two appear on my WWE television. But yeah, it was really good. It was really entertaining. They put the E in WWE. Which stands for entertainment, and I really don't want them to be treated like some of the other NXT guys that have been brought up over the years. For example, the people that they actually beat this past week on Monday Night Raw, and that was the Ascension. Look how they started up as a dominant team, and now they're jumping to the stars. So hopefully the Heavy Machinery, I don't necessarily see WWE Tag Team Championship material on them. It's just there for entertainment purposes, and I have just, seeing the reaction to Corey Graves and Renee Young was quite entertaining. However, every week to see them just, go through their competition like that to entertain us for 5 minutes, I can live with that. I can definitely 100% live on that. So, but, with that being said, that was the good thing to come out of Monday Night Raw this past week. And now I'm going to go on to the bad thing. And I'm going to do that now. And the bad thing. Now it's time for WWE Raw's bad thing. What came out of that as part of the bad thing? Well, there was the Lucha House. There was a 6-man tag matchup which was contained of the Lucha House Party, which was Kalisto, Grand Metalik, and Lince Dorado taking on Jinder Mahal and the Singh Brothers. My god, I could have made my lunch during that match and basically watched porn or something, anything apart from that matchup. It was so bad. It was just boring and ass waste of 5 minutes or however long it took I just, what was the point? There was no point at all. It's nice to see that the Singh brothers are not just a manager role for Jinder Mahal, but are also a tag team now, because they're running out of ideas for tag teams to put in the hats for the Raw tag team titles. And the Lucha, even though Lucha House Party won, I don't really care about those two teams right there. It's just, it was there. I'm sorry, but that match for me gets the bad. It was just bad. The match itself was okay and pretty decent. It's just, it was pointless. And I want those put it out there type of moments to fill in the 3-hour spot. So it's just there for us to see. But that was my bad. Like the Lucha House Party and this versus the Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers. Just no. Just no. That was the bad segment, or I should say match, of the bad part of Monday Night Raw this past week. So I'm going to go on to the ugly part of Monday Night Raw. And the ugly part, for what may be the second time in a row that I've made this the ugly part, was Elias versus Baron Corbin. Once again, we've gotten the same match and the same result. I mean, for God's sake, at least you could have flipped the script around and gave Elias the win. I mean, what has Elias done to deserve this? Not only, like a couple of weeks ago, did he lose to Baron Corbin, but he's lost to Baron Corbin again. What's the point? Nothing comes out of it. I mean, last week, Baron Corbin was in the main event alongside Finn Balor and John Cena and Drew McIntyre, and now he's gone back down to the mid-card, or the lower mid-card with Elias, and he wins. What the hell's going on here? I mean, it's just, it was just ugly. It's just meh. I mean, yeah, they got saw an Alliance performance, and just what's it going on with Baron Corbin? Okay, despite the fact that he was taking on Elias, let's take away this whole, you had, not only, like I said, last week he distracted Braun Strowman, causing him trouble, making him lose Braun Strowman lose his opportunity to face Brock Lesnar by making him hiding in the Vince McMahon's limo, and then causing him to lose his shit and break the limo to try and find him. Vince McMahon finding Braun Strowman and then stripping him off the title, and then putting Baron Corbin in the Fatal 4-Way. I mean, come on. This is just making no sense. No sense at all. So anyway, back to the ugly part. Baron Corbin versus Elias, for the second time, has made my ugly list. So, that was the good, bad, and the ugly Monday Night Raw. Let's take a look at the good thing from SmackDown Live this week. And the good thing was that the whole show was pretty okay, and there were some good parts here and there, as we saw a very good matchup, a 2 out of 3 falls match between Rey Mysterio and, of course, WWE'S Almas. But speaking of, that was at the end of the night, and I would just say the end of the show itself. Actually, the end of the show was the good part. I can just say the entire, from the 2 out of 3 of forced match to the interruption of from the finish of that match where Samoa Joe comes out and beats up Rey Mysterio and Andrea Almas after, destroying Mustafa Ali earlier on that night and claiming that he's, Samoa Joe and he can't be stopped, and then out of nowhere comes Randy Orton hitting Samoa Joe with the RKO at the end with the Royal Rumble this Sunday. My God, anything can happen. So yeah, the end of the show was freaking amazing. I mean, it was an okay show to begin with until the end of the show. So for me, the end of the show, from basically from the time the bell rang at the beginning, having that amazing match between Andreas Almas and Rey Mysterio, that 2 out of 3 falls match was wonderful. And having the interruption by Samoa Joe showing off how powerful he is, but then gets struck by an RKO. Just the sequence that happened, Samoa Joe beating up Rey Mysterio and throwing Andrea Almas into the ring post, then getting hit by an RKO out of nowhere. You blink and you miss it, and it all happens so fast. But, some people may think that was so much happened in one go, it was too quick to realise it. But I like to think that was very good. It was a very good way to set things up for the Royal Rumble. Will Randy Orton become a 3-time Royal Rumble winner? Will Samoa Joe win the Royal Rumble? We got so many questions to be answered when it comes to what I'm going to do after this. A good, bad, and ugly, and that's my WWE predictions. But this is good, bad, and ugly, and that was the good part of SmackDown Live this week. But I'm gonna go on to the bad part now, and so we're gonna do going on to the bad part. Excuse me. Going on to the bad part of SmackDown Live this past week was the AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan promo. Well, Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles were supposed to have a face-off in the ring, but they didn't take part in the ring with Vince McMahon that was there just for lols. Well, not really. He was meant to take control of the entire situation, but he couldn't take control of the situation because Daniel Bryan was hiding in the outside like a cowardly bad guy, which I don't mind. It's just the whole entire thing was pointless in the end because nothing came of it. Because AJ Styles did try and go after Daniel Bryan, but he just scared him off. I'm sorry but to say this, but this whole Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles feud, ever since the Daniel Bryan heel turn, has been lackluster. There's been no physical bits whatsoever. Yeah, we had last week where we had Daniel Bryan got put through on a table and he got chased off this week. It's the Royal Rumble this Sunday, and they're going to have their WWE Championship match, where something tells me that whoever loses that match will end up in the Rumble match itself anyway. But, as I said, that's for my predictions, and, it was just not even, it didn't even need to be there, to be honest. I know it would have ended the promos last week with the concession stand, and something had to be followed up, but at least they could have done was then have them in a normal face-to-face promo where a brawl was to turn out. But no, they had Daniel Bryan have to be the coward on the outside, flee after AJ Styles tries to get him. They didn't even have him catch up with him and beat him up afterwards. I mean, nothing has come from this. It's really boring, and that was the bad thing about SmackDown Live this week, was the AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan promo. But that was just the bad thing. I'm going to go on to what was the ugly thing about SmackDown Live this past week. And the ugly part of SmackDown Live was indeed another segment between Naomi and Mandy Rose. Except this time it was a matchup. It was okay. You know, Mandy Rose. I think Mandy Rose picked up the win. Yeah, she did. That's right. And it was okay. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just meh. As I said before, for the rules for the ugly part, it's not the I can't bear to watch this type of ugly. It's the type of ugly where it's either good, it's neither good, it's neither bad. It's just in between. The match itself is just, yeah, just another women's match, which doesn't really. They didn't really have that many, you know, controversial bits in there. Like on Monday Night Raw, the women's matches are really good, and on SmackDown lately, the women's matches are not so good. I don't know what's happening with the women's roster. I mean, we have the whole Charlotte and Becky and Asuka at the beginning, where that was probably more interesting than Naomi versus Mandy Rose. So yeah, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it was okay, I guess, with Jimmy coming down afterwards and saying everything's gonna be okay to his wife, Naomi. What's gonna happen after this? Will they have a match at Royal Rumble, perhaps? I don't know. You know, when the winner gets Jimmy Uso, I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, that was the ugly part of SmackDown Live, and in fact, that has been my good, bad, and ugly of WWE this week of Raw and SmackDown Live. So let me know in the comments below, what did you think of Raw and SmackDown this past week? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Or did you think it was ugly? Like, man, it was okay. And I am Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2000 on Xbox Live. And until next time, bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video, click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the video on the right. Also, feel free to click subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon on the top.